Yo guys, what's up? It's XRAYZ and welcome back to another video. So I just finished watching the Nintendo Direct for today, September 12th, 2025. And I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that I saw in the Direct, which were the ones I was excited for. And then I'm not really going to mention stuff that maybe I personally don't care about. Not that these games are bad. I just don't want it to seem like I'm putting down any studio if it's just a type of game that I wouldn't play. So I'm going to talk about the things that I most enjoyed from the 2025 September 12th Nintendo Direct. So the things I really am excited for, and let's go ahead and jump into it. So starting off, Nintendo actually started talking about the 40th anniversary for Mario. Now, it's really cool because they showed a lot of sketches and art for the history, and even stuff that was like sketches and rough drafts of stuff they wanted to turn into video games, etc. And so it all kind of leads to kind of the big announcement. It was a little bit leaked yesterday. I saw a lot of people talking about this, but they showed off the first teaser or official announcement trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I saw a lot of people talking about, well, why didn't they go to Super Mario World? Why did they go straight to Galaxy? So I think it'll all be explained in the movies. But personally, I really enjoyed the first animated Mario movie. You could tell they were still trying to figure out a lot of stuff. They did a really awesome job with the Easter eggs in the original Super Mario movie that they did, the animated one. So I'm excited for the amount of love and care that they're going to put into specifically the Easter eggs and nods to games from the past in this movie. It looked really good. Like, the quality looked really good on the teaser trailer. I'm excited to see what we do or what they do. They said they're going to follow the storyline of the game. So we're probably going to see Rosalina and that story. The story for Super Mario Galaxy is really good. I think it's one of the most touching stories that we've had for a Mario game. So I'm excited to see them expand and do their own movie iteration of that story. So I think it's the perfect place for a Mario movie. They teased Yoshi at the end of the original, but they also did tease Galaxy. There was scenes in the movie that kind of hinted that there was more than just what they were going to do there in the Mushroom Kingdom. So it kind of made sense that they were going for Galaxy. There was references to it. They had Lumas in there as well. So not surprised that they went in that direction. It wasn't really out of left field, but I'm sure some people were confused that they're going straight to Galaxy when they could have done other stuff from other games. So with that said, I'm excited. I hope we get more Mario Galaxy stuff in the future for the movie. After that, they did announce a bundle of Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 HD. They're remasters of the game coming to Nintendo Switch, and obviously that means they're playable on the Switch too. There's been a lot of people that have wanted specifically Mario Galaxy 2. We did have it as part of the Mario collection, that limited time. Still dumb that they did that. They did a limited time version where you could get Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy as one game for the Switch, and now they're doing one specifically for 1 and 2 of Mario Galaxy. I wasn't able to get that first one for the Mario triple pack, so I'm excited to get Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 now. And I think this makes it so the majority of every Mario game is playable on the Switch too, which is crazy. All right, the other thing I was excited for, they mentioned Mario Tennis Fever. I'm a huge sucker for Mario sports games. I really enjoyed the tennis ones, the soccer ones, specifically those two. So I'm really excited for this next Mario Tennis game, even though it's been a minute since I've actually purchased a sports game based on Mario. So the more I see, I'm sure the more that I'm going to want to get it. But either way, I think tennis is probably the cooler ones of the ones that they've done before. So pretty cool, pretty excited for that guy. All right, so they did also mention Mario Brothers Wonder having a Switch 2 edition. They're adding co-op as well to it and adding the Bella Bell Park section, so you're able to do different mini modes as you're playing co-op. We'll see, but that update looks interesting. I don't know if it's going to, personally for me, I'm not going to go back and really do that. I beat the game, I 100%ed it, so playing co-op doesn't really make me want to go back, but I think it's cool for people that maybe want to go back and play some Super Mario Brothers Wonder and now are able to do it via co-op. So That sounds pretty cool for them. All right, so they did end with actually Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I was pretty excited. I've been a big fan of Fire Emblem from the original Game Boy games, the Game Boy Advance, SP. That was my era of Fire Emblem. I stopped playing Fire Emblem after the Advance era, and so I never played Fire Emblem Engage. I never played Fire Emblem Three Houses, although I heard they were pretty decent. So I'm gonna give this one a shot. It looks interesting that it's kind of like this Roman Colosseum type of aspect. The character models look so good in this game, so I'm excited. This will be my first Fire Emblem game that I'm going to go and play since the Game Boy Advance, so I'm pretty excited for that. The other thing they did show off on there that kind of threw me for a loop, got me excited and confused all at once, was Metroid Prime 4. That trailer they showed off, it was the release date trailer, so we do know now that it is coming December 4th, 2025, so we do have a release date. But it was basically Samus on a motorcycle, and then it's like an open area, and you can drive to different areas and then get off your bike, and I think it's hilarious. I think it's cool. Hopefully this means this game is going to be much bigger than we thought it was going to be in terms of the open areas, but I thought it was hilarious. I saw other people's reactions. They were also kind of confused when they started seeing the bike and everything. It kind of scares me a little bit because I feel like sometimes Nintendo adds stuff to their games that are kind of like, oh, isn't that cool? And then it just kind of takes away from the game. I really hope it doesn't take away from the game, but at least when it jumped into that first person perspective, it was kind of like a seamless transition. That's when I really got more excited. I was confused, but excited and also curious all at once. I don't know what. I'm just excited for Metroid Prime 4, if I'm being honest. All right, so the other one that was incredibly interesting was Pokemon Pokopia, which is basically Pokemon Minecraft slash Animal Crossing slash mystery dungeon. It was just so weird. In a good way. I am so excited for that game. I love games like that. Dragon Quest Builders, Minecraft, Animal Crossing, those types of games for me. I can spend so much time on it, and I'm excited they're doing a Pokemon version of it. And it might be also why we actually saw the lawsuit that Nintendo did. As crazy and aggressive as they were with Palmon, it might be that might be the reason. So because they're working on this game, I don't know. But I'm excited for Pokemon Pokopia or Pokopia. Pokopia? I don't know how to pronounce it. All right, so the next one, they announced DLC for Pokemon ZA before the game even launches, Mega Dimension. I thought it was interesting. We'll see what happens or when the actual game comes out, like the DLC. But either way, I'm buying Pokemon ZA. I really love the Legends game that they first did with Arceus. So I'm really excited for this next Pokemon game. It looks phenomenal. And the fact that they already announced the DLC might be weird. Nintendo never really does that. But it might just be that's how confident they are in this Pokemon game that they're like, hey, we already have DLC cooking for this. So I think the only thing that's going to be interesting is the timing of it. Is it going to be a month, 2 months? Is it going to be the launch date of Pokemon ZA? We'll have to see. But for now, they announced the DLC. They've never really done that before a game comes out. But either way, I'm excited, and I hope the game, the base game, makes it worth it so that you want to get this DLC. All right, so the other stuff they mentioned, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I think it is so cute, and I think that it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people, especially little kids as well. I am a big fan of Yoshi games, like any of the Yoshi story games. They do such a cute, fun, you just feel good when you're playing those Yoshi games. And this one, the art style looks phenomenal. I think the animation style they're going with is phenomenal. So I really like the direction it's looking to be going in, and it's definitely a game that I'm going to keep an eye out as more time does go by. All right, kind of out of left field, but Virtual Boy coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and they're actually selling a peripheral for it as well. That's $100 from what I saw. That's crazy. But you can put your Switch in it and use it like a Virtual Boy. I think it's like hilarious and weird, and I didn't even know what to think. I was excited and confused all at the same time for this one. And like, if you buy it, which I don't know if I'll buy it. Maybe I'll buy it. I don't know. They also have a cardboard version for $25. What are we doing, Nintendo? But if I do get it, at least it's something that you can collect, that you can have off to the side, which is cool, I guess, in that sense. All right, so the other thing that they did announce, I was hoping for this. I didn't think it was going to happen because of how early or how new this game is, but Donkey Kong Bonanza is getting a DLC. It's Donkey Kong Island plus Emerald Rush. You can only access Emerald Rush after you've completed the base game. I have not beaten Donkey Kong Bonanza yet. I am 31 hours into Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'd say 70% of the way through the game. I've been 100%ing it as I'm playing. That's the reason it's taking me so long. Also, I don't really have a ton of time to game, and so it's the only game I'm focusing on right now, and they made it so easy to 100% that that's what I'm doing with it. But it's exciting that they have a DLC that you can play post-game. Once you've beaten it, you have a section for that, the Emerald Rush mode, but also if you want to just go and check out DK Island, you can. Is it worth the $20 that it cost? I don't know. That's a tough one, all right? Because it's one map, one layer, you could call it, and a mode. It's weird. I'm just gonna say this, all right? So I'm excited for it, but at the same time, this is when you scratch your head a little bit, because you're like, other games, I'm like, all right, fine. You know, 20 bucks for a DLC for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That was DLC, that was content that was made later. It wasn't like the game was made and then like they had the DLC and then they hid it until today, years later, to release it for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. But Donkey Kong Bonanza literally just came out. They announced a DLC. I'm excited for the DLC, but now it makes me wonder, was this ready? Should this have been part of the game? Could this have been part of the base game? Like, the timing is weird. Not that I'm complaining about having more content. I'm just saying that when you look at it from a consumer aspect, you're gonna have people saying, did they cut part of the game off so that they could sell it as $20 DLC? I don't know the answer to that, but that crossed my mind. And if it crossed my mind, who's someone who's excited for the DLC and probably will buy this once I 100% the game, it's gonna cross other people's mind, and it's gonna be another one of those things where it's like, whoa, Nintendo, like, please. The optics are terrible. I would have said, like, bro, fine, a $10 DLC, but $20, I don't know, maybe it is worth it. We'll have to see. It's out today, which is also insane. It's insane, okay? I don't know, that's crazy, but yes. All right, we're gonna very quickly go through a couple of them. They did mention Final Fantasy VII, the remake. It looked good from what I saw. Dragon Quest blew me away, okay? I was actually so surprised with it. I enjoy Dragon Quest games. I'm not like a diehard Dragon Quest fan. I enjoy more the cutesy ones that they've done before, and this one looks interesting to me personally, so I am probably gonna get Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Also, side note, a lot of these third-party games are still gonna be key cards. That's very frustrating, okay? It's just frustrating. All right, the other one that I was shocked that we got, there was rumors that we were going to get Resident Evil 7 and 8 on the Switch 2. I was not expecting Resident Evil Requiem or Resident Evil 9 to also make an appearance, but it's coming to the Switch 2, and I am so happy that this is a thing. So that kind of blew me away. The trailer was phenomenal. I think it might be the best trailer they've released of all the different announcements on other platforms. So whether it was PS5, Xbox, whatever, this was the best one, and it was for the Switch too. Not that it looked better or anything like that. I'm just saying what was in the trailer, this might be the best one of the ones that they released for Resident Evil Requiem, and it's so cool that they had this awesome trailer for the Switch 2 version of it. So out of left field, I'm really happy. I think that's freaking awesome. I really enjoy Resident Evil. I've beaten Resident Evil 7 multiple times. Resident Evil 8 I beat even more than I beat Resident Evil 7. So I'm excited for this next game, and I'm gonna buy it on the Switch 2. It won't be the best version of it, but I gotta support third parties on Nintendo, and also being able to play it on the go is gonna be pretty freaking sweet. So hopefully it runs well. It looked awesome. The trailer looked good. Let's hope that Nintendo continues to surprise. There was a ton of other really cool things that were shown off at this Direct. I wish I could cover everything, but this video would be way too long. Monster Hunter Stories 3, I'm definitely excited for that one as well. There was just a lot of good stuff in here, all right, that I didn't mention. I just wanted to kind of pick and choose some of the stuff that I'm more so excited or confused about, if I'm being honest, like the DK Bonanza DLC, the Pokemon ZA DLC being announced before the game even comes out. But other than that, there was a lot of other really good stuff. This was a top tier direct in my opinion. Not the best direct, but it was a really, really good direct, like a really solid direct. So those are my thoughts on the September 12th, 2025 Nintendo Direct. Let me know in the comment section below, what was the thing that caught you off guard? What are you the most excited for? Let me know down below. With that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss a single upload. And if you want to support the channel directly, you can do so by checking out my sponsors, Control Freak, Aim Controller. I use them every time I play. Code OGXRAYZ gets you a discount, link down below. You guys have an awesome day. Follow me on Twitter at OGXRAYZ, also on TikTok at the OGXRAYZ for even more content from me in short form. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next upload. Take care. I'm out. Peace.